Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Sandy here, and today I'm going to be a cook and clean with me, and I'm going to be preparing a corned beef to make corned beef sliders, and I'm going to have some fries with it. I picked this dish because I can put it on and then just kind of not worry about it. I don't have to do anything, just put it in my Instant Pot, let it cook for about an hour and a half or so, and then by the time I get done cleaning, it will be ready for me to go ahead and make my sliders. So I was looking for something really easy to make for dinner today, and this is it. And I need to do some light housework, not a lot. An hour and a half is about all I want to invest because I want to enjoy the rest of my weekend. So I'm just going on here and putting this corned beef in the Instant Pot and letting it go ahead and get started boiling. And then I will be off and running with my housework. Now, most of the housework that you're going to see me using today is going to be either Method or Mrs. Meyer's. Those are the two products that I use most often for everything, and I like them mostly because they're multi-purpose cleaners, and you don't have to just keep switching up for different things that you may be cleaning, and I don't want to really do that. I want to do this as quickly as possible. Now what I'm doing there is just kind of putting in that seasoning pack that comes with the corned beef. That's all I do. I don't put any additional seasonings, no onions, no peppers, no nothing. Just pour that little seasoning pack in there, and that's it. It is off and running. The easiest meal ever. So before I start, there's always empty or water bottles sitting around the house, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those, put those where they need to be, and then tackle this mail. I don't know if it's just me or does everybody just kind of let their mail accumulate. I am horrible with that. I always have piles of mail before I finally settle down to kind of go through them. In this case today, I'm seeing that there are some coupons in there, so I'm going to take advantage of this time and make sure that I go ahead and get those clipped out right now so that I can throw the rest of the paper away. Now, I know most people cook and then clean their kitchen or whatever, but mine needed to be done. Just some minor cleaning, so I'm going to go ahead and clean off things like the salt and pepper shaker and the countertops and things like that. Understanding that once I get done cooking, I'm going to have to do it again, but maybe not to this extent. And I'm also going to go ahead and wipe down the stove and the microwave and things like that. And just because I had not done it in several days, it was time for it to have a nice little wipe down. So that's what I'm doing here, just kind of making sure that there's no debris or anything that's on the countertops or any dust or whatever. And now I'll just do a wipe down of the stove a little bit, and again I am using the Method cleaner, multi-purpose cleaner in the grapefruit that I don't like, but I still am plugging my way through this bottle so that I can finish it off and pick up some of the newer Mrs. Meyer's fall scents that I love so much, but I refuse to buy anymore until I go through this because I'll end up accumulating too many cleaners. I'm like addicted to cleaners. I just love to clean, so anytime a new scent or fragrance comes out, I'm like so anxious to get it. So now it's time for me to tackle this microwave, and it is absolutely filthy. I don't know why I let it get to this state, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and pull off the racks and to use this method cleaner again to get that cleaned out. Yeah, no excuses for why I let it get like this. It's ridiculous. Sometimes I don't know. No excuse. It is what it is. And now I'll just tackle these few dishes that I have left in the sink and the turntable on the for the microwave. Just get those cleaned up. And I like to use Dawn, at the antibacterial Dawn, when I'm doing dishes. I just prefer to use that, and sometimes I put a little bit of bleach in the water as well. Today I'm not going to do that, just using the Dawn, but that's a good thing to do, just to make sure that you're, getting rid of any bacteria, anything like that. So just getting this microwave put back together, and I promise I'm not going to let it get like that again. Looks like a college dorm. This is another area that I've kind of been neglecting, and that is the bottoms of my pots and pans. If you just put that elbow grease in them each time you use them, they don't get to this particular, in this condition. But I'm just doing a little bit right now. They need a deep cleaning, and I'm going to put it aside, but then my guilt is going to get to me, and I'm going to revisit it because they definitely don't need to be looking like this. So I'm scrubbing it a little bit, but I'm eventually going to go ahead and get some that Barkeeper's Friend, which is amazing for cleaning the bottoms of the pans. This is where my guilt gets to me. It's like, come on, stop cutting corners. Just get your Barkeeper's Friend on here, put a little bit of elbow grease on them, and these pots can look a lot better. So that's what I'm doing here. Tell me, do you clean your pots at the bottoms really good so that they don't start to get the burn marks on them? I'm horrible at that, and I am notorious for getting them all burn up at the bottom or whatever, but I'm trying to do a little bit better now. So I'm starting with getting these back to a better condition with the Barkeeper's Friend, just kind of rubbing it in a little bit. This stuff is really, really good for that type of thing, getting your pots back to their, maybe not the original state, but definitely a lot better than they are. Now I'll just clean out the sink with some Clorox to make sure that it is disinfected, and throw these towels in the wash as well so that they can go ahead and get cleaned up. Now I just have this vase here with these faux apples in here, and it just gets so dusty. So I'm just going to clean that off just so that it can shine again. And again, I'm using multi-purpose cleaner to just kind of shine it up and get rid of some of the dust and probably just some grease or whatever just from being in the kitchen. And I'm going to pop those little faux apples right back down in there. Would really like to get some pumpkins in there for the fall season, but the green apples will do for now. So I've got some peppers here that are actually out of my garden, and I'm eventually going to make some pepper sauce. I need to go ahead and do that. Now I'm using the Method Daily Granite Cleaner just to clean off the countertops so that they are nice and clean. I also will put vinegar water sometimes on them, as well as the Clorox wipes on there as well. Not sure if that's good or bad for the surfaces, but I've not had any problems with it, and I just feel like, especially in this particular day and time, you need to put a little Clorox on everything. Now this is a very lived-in area here, so it is always kind of in disarray, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean off the surfaces in here, do some dusting, and put everything back where it's supposed to be. But again, this area ends up being kind of like a catch-all. I'll bring my computer down here and sit there and watch TV on it, and be on the computer while I'm watching TV, or just the lounge area, eat snacks in here, just everything. So it's always kind of lived in. There's a door there that leads out to my deck, and I keep that door open a lot, especially in the evenings, to let that fresh air come in. But along with that comes the dust, so I get a lot of dust in my home just from having the windows and doors open. But it's kind of worth it to me because I do enjoy that fresh air in the evenings, especially after having the air on all day. I'm like sick of feeling that artificial air on my body, and I just want some nice fresh air. So the payoff for that is that I have to dust a lot more often, because I do get a lot of dust in the house, and it is what it is. So I just have to keep it cleaned off. And the back of the TV is like the worst place. And again, there's another stack of mail that I have to go through. I tell you, I have mail everywhere. I don't know why when I bring mail in the house, I don't take care of it right then and there. And I have done the, the electronic options with everything. I don't know how many different times, and it seems like the mail will reduce for a while, but before you know it, you're getting a bunch of mail again. So story of my life. I have all of this, most of it junk, but nevertheless, it's something that I need to go through, and I'm always looking for those coupons that might be in there too. So I do take the time to kind of look through when I put my mind to going through and decluttering it. And now it's time to show my little house plants a little love. So I started purchasing house plants back in about February or March, right at the beginning of the quarantine. I had not had house plants in a very long time, but so far they are doing really, really well. So I am so happy with that I made the decision to become a plant mom again. It is really rewarding just to see them flourishing. Most of them I got, they were really small. I had gotten them when they were like on a clearance rack at Lowe's for like $5. So they have really grown and they're looking really good. I have a very small watering can, and I found for me that has been my success because I only fill that up twice when I'm watering these plants, which is once a week, and I have not been overwatering anything except for these succulents. They just don't seem to like a lot of water, but everything else is doing really well. So that's really all that I do. I've not put any type of fertilizer or anything like that. I probably need to, but I have not. I just water them once a week. I fill up that teeny watering can twice, and I go through and just fill them up. This is another area of my home here that just has a tremendous amount of dust. This is like the entryway, and so I'm always having to dust this area, and this little table here just always looks disgusting around the bottom because of the debris and everything going out, taking the dog out in all types of weather. And just kind of, I don't know, when that door opens, it seems like there's just a gush of dust that just comes in the door. So that's what I'm doing here. And I just use this entryway table on the inside as a storage area. And it's also like a catch-all, the drawers on there for keys and things like that, which kind of enables me to keep the table, you know, clear of clutter, at least on the surface of it. And just my little decor that I have on there for this season. But yeah, this is a real dusty part of the house. So now it's time to tackle these floors. The thing that I hate the most probably with housework. I do not like doing the floors. I always have to start off with vacuuming the floors, and then, you know, starting with the mopping. So I'm just doing a real quick check here. I've got about 17 minutes left with the corned beef, so I've got to move fast because I want to get these floors done and everything so that by the time the corned beef is ready, I can go ahead and finish up with my fries and sit down for the rest of the day. I don't want to do anything else for the remainder of the day but rest. So I'm just getting the floors cleaned up using my Shark steam cleaner, and I'm using just plain vinegar water in my spray bottle to clean them up. I use a number of things on my floors at different times. Sometimes I use Murphy oil soap, sometimes I use the Bona. I don't always use the steam mop, but I struggle with what's the best thing to use for these floors. So these are the engineered hardwood floors. So tell me, if you have those type of floors in your home, what do you use to clean your floors? This is an area that I struggle big time with, how to keep them, you know, shiny and, you know, nice. So this is kind of the struggle that I've had all along, and every time someone tells me to try different things, I try it and I just don't seem to be able to get any success out of them. And I don't know if it's the color that of the floors or what, but they just always seem to look really dull to me. But anyway, I'm just getting them cleaned up now. At least I know that they will be clean. They may not look it, but they will be clean. And I do like using the steam at least every other time that I clean the floors, just because I want to make sure that I'm, you know, disinfecting as much as possible. Okay, all the housework is done. The corned beef is done. And now I can go ahead and put my fries in because I'm starving. I absolutely love my air fryer. I don't know if it's a toss-up between my air fryer and my Instant Pot as far as what's my favorite, but I use them both almost on a daily basis. So I'm just going to pop a few fries in here and put them in the air fryer for 10 minutes and they will be good to go. Like I said, the corned beef is all set now, so I will go ahead and take that out. I use the sweet Hawaiian rolls for my sliders, some Swiss cheese, and then I put a little bit of Russian dressing on them. Super, super easy meal, but I do enjoy making these every now and then. And then the good part about it is you have, corned beef left over for sandwiches for, several days, or you can make some cabbage or, whatever. But I do enjoy having that from time to time. I'm not a huge meat eater, but there are certain meats that I enjoy, and corned beef is one of them. Now, I cooked this corned beef for an hour and a half, and it overcooked a little bit, but it's all good because it was super, super, super tender, and it was delicious. So that's all that matters. It's a little bit stringy, but it is good, and the sandwiches turned out so well. I enjoy the Ken's Russian dressing on all types of sandwiches, but especially on my corned beef sandwich. So I just put a little bit on each of the sandwiches, and that's really it. I put the Swiss cheese on, and that is everything that I need. I enjoy this meal so very much. And then I have my fries here. You can see that I've already bitten into the sandwich because I couldn't wait. I was so hungry, and I know that it was going to be so good. So now I'm just trying to get my malt vinegar open. I love malt vinegar on my fries. They are so, so good. And this is my meal for today. So tell me, what are you having for your dinner today? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're not currently a subscriber to my channel, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button today, as well as the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. And if you're a returning guest, welcome back. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you back here next time. Bye-bye.